In this legal series, I would like to expand and give the details in brief about the Benami Transaction Prohibition Act in 1988. Why the Act was enacted? The purpose of the Act is prevention and restriction of the Benami transaction and right to recovery Benami properties. Once, how it was? Indian Trust Act under the section 81 and 82 stated about the legal approval for the practice of the Benami transaction. The court is empowered to do the works. Section 81 and 82, which provided a legal approval for it. Then Parliament introduced the section 281A of the Income Tax Act 1961 for prohibiting Benami transaction. Later on, those sections were removed and a new act was enacted, that is the Benami Transaction Prohibition Act 1988. Why the act is needed? The party has a right to enter into an agreement for the purpose of sale and purchase of movable or immovable, tangible and intangible property as guaranteed under Article 19G, right to trade and carry on any business within a limit of reasonable restriction. However, any illegal transaction, unnamed or named, under another person having no flow of consideration but otherwise kill the property for the benefit of any other person stands illegal, because it falls short of the principles that the property must be transferred in a favor of the person at whose favor the transaction was executed. The Act empowers the central government to carry on the rules for the purpose of the Act for authorizing the authority to acquire the property held Benami, manner and procedure while undergoing acquisition of the property. This Act was amended in 2016 to provide comprehensive regulation for the authority, transaction and other relevant matters in order to build a strong framework of law governing Benami transaction. The growth of Benami transaction while existence and enforcement of the Act so that a strict regulation and comprehensive awareness regarding the prohibition of the Benami transaction is the need of the hours. The imposition of the harsh punishment to the offenders of the Benami transaction for the purpose of reducing what tends to lower economic development of the country at the cost of the people dealing in legal and valid transaction. Since a person holding Benami property took the right of another person to hold that property in legal terms and conditions. So to prevent the Benami transaction, the Act is giving a much power to the authority concerned. The penalty is a maximum punishment of 3 years. It also entails the confiscation and acquisition and of all properties in relation to Benami transaction by such authority in such a manner and procedure as may be prescribed. The offences punishable for prohibition of Benami transaction shall be non-cognizance and bailable. Thank you.